All right, I think we have it in both locations. If you're watching by YouTube, let me know if you can see this video. I'm going to try to keep up with both of you. We're actually doing an opportunity event over on Facebook tonight, where we're going to be talking to you guys as well. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to try to watch comments in both places, so forgive me if it's a little bit hard to keep up. But we're going to do the best we can, right? We are here tonight to talk about why I chose paparazzi and why it might be the thing that you're going to want to do too. Because a lot of you guys are out of work right now with this whole pandemic and staying at home. Some of you have been laid off from your jobs, or your hours have been drastically cut, and you are looking for a way to bring in some extra income into your family. So we're going to talk about how I got started, why I got started, and why I think it may be a great fit for you guys. Hello, Miss Debbie Parker. How are you? There's Janine and Kelly. Yes, ma'am, Miss Kelly. We did all the updates after the show last night. Now we're up and going. Now we're up and going. All right, I'm going to ignore you guys' comments just for a little bit till we get through the story. And then at the end, I am going to open it up for some questions and an answer period, a question and answer period from you as we hit the end of it. But wanted to just start off by telling you my story. If you are in the opportunity group, then hello and welcome. And thank you, Miss Tiffany, for giving me the opportunity to share my story. I just want to let you guys know from the very beginning that if you were in the opportunity group, you were invited there by someone who is recruiting you for their team, for lack of a better word, and that's who you need to go back to should you decide to sign up for paparazzi. All right, we are not trying to get you over here on our team unless you have not been asked by anybody else. And then of course I would love to have you on my team and want to help you get started, and would pledge to be a great sponsor to you. But if you have already been talking to somebody, that's the person that you need to go back to and sign up with them and use them as a sponsor. So let's just get right on in. I have been with paparazzi now for almost 2 years. July the 3rd will be 2 years for me. I am right now at the rank of Platinum Life of the Party. We will be finishing up this year on June 30th, so that status is probably going to change. But as of right now, I am still considered Platinum Life of the Party, and I am a Premier Director. I have 9 girls currently on my team. Well, we actually have 10, but I think one of them, her life is changing a little bit right now. So not sure if she's going to be able to stay or not. So 9 that we can count of for 100%. And then some of those girls actually have girls up underneath them. We are a multi-level marketing company, and we'll talk a little bit about that more a little bit later on, because it's not a pyramid scheme, nothing to be afraid of. I think a lot of people think that, and they're not really quite sure what the difference is. So we'll talk about that. But at any rate, 2 years ago, whenever I started, we found ourselves in a very precarious place financially. You guys that have been following on YouTube for a while, and those of you that are my friends on Facebook, know that we have always homeschooled the kids since they were little. I have not had a job outside of our home as far as full-time every day since 1997. That's right, a long time being home. So got pregnant, had Kristen, then we had Boo, then it was time for them to start school, and we just chose to homeschool from the very beginning. So I had been home, things were going very well. Things were tight, but we were managing, you know what I'm saying? Then in 2013, our lives took a drastic change because we found out that the house that we're living in had a huge mold problem down inside the walls and up inside the ceiling that we had no idea had been incubating for years. So when we discovered that, and going through a series of tests, being really sick and all that kind of stuff, we had to delve into the process of renovating our home. We could not sell our home because it had toxic mold. So we went everywhere for help. We contemplated just filing bankruptcy and just walking away because we did still owe a mortgage on it. And we thought, well, we can do that. That would be the hardest thing to do. It would totally destroy our credit, but we could do it just to get out of this house. Then as we did a little more research and found out, you know what, you're not even going to be able to go rent an apartment with bad credit because They're not going to rent to you if you have bad credit. So that really was not an option. From there, we decided that we were going to go see our insurance agent. We were going to go and find out if there was anything they could do to help us, and they couldn't, because we could not pinpoint it down to a definitive date and problem. We had no idea, because we didn't know how long it had been growing and what had been going on. So Steve decided in desperation to contact the insurance commissioner for our state. Nothing that they could do to help. Then we sought out different outside agencies who help families in crises, either by giving grants or loans. Nobody would help, you guys. Nobody would help. So we found ourselves in a horrible spot. What are we going to do? We decided to take every credit card that we had at the time. Some of them even had a zero balance, and we were just going to start building our credit on those by buying all the supplies to fix our house. And it was an arduous task. It cost us about $25,000 so far, and we're still not quite finished. Well, during the process of all this, the kids were getting on up into high school. Their whole high school career was spent renovating this house, because doing it on your own and still living in the home in the process kind of slows it all down. So they were going all the way through their high school years, still trying to deal with renovating this home. And money was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. The credit cards were getting to the max. There was nothing left, nothing available for us to even go to the grocery store if we had to. And we were just really in a place that, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? So Steve pulled me aside one day and he said, all right, Deena, you are really going to have to consider going to work, because we've got to have some money coming in. We've got to have money coming in this house. We've still got a lot we have to finish, and we can barely even eat right now. So I begged him and I said, listen, Bub is by this time in his senior year of school, and I really don't want to have to leave the home and go to work with him having 1 year left to finish. And Bub came to me and he says, Mom, I've never known life trying to do school with you at work. And even though they were doing some video classes online and they had like streaming teachers that could be there to help them, he wanted me here because answering questions, of course, we had to grade the work and all this kind of stuff, and he didn't want me to have to go to work either. So I said, Steve, if you could just give me until he graduates, and then we'll figure it out from there. So he said, all right, but when he graduates, you've got to do something. So I said, well, okay. Well, that gave me about a year and a half at that point, I think. So I just started praying about it, and I said, you know what, Lord, I really don't want to have to go to work outside the home. I am also the youth pastor at our church and very involved with the students there. At that time, we had a large student population in the church, and would drive down during weekdays to be with them at their school, different clubs that they were doing at their school, the different dramas that they would do in the drama department. We would take them to summer camp. There was always the fall retreat that they would have, and so many things that we would do that would happen during what would be considered a normal work week for anybody else that was working outside the home. And I thought, you know, I don't want to have to miss these kind of events because I'm tied down to a regular 9-to-5 job. I want to be able to be free to do what I have to do ministry-wise to be able to be there for our students. So I just started praying. I went online and I researched every work from home job that I possibly could. I went on YouTube and looked things up. I Googled, I went to a bazillion different websites, you know, and all the gimmicks are out there where you can stuff envelopes, you can have telephones put into your home to where you can be like a call center representative, and then they give you like this generic notebook to where people can call from, I think it was like 10 different types of agencies where they could call you for you to troubleshoot with them over the phone, and you would flip to a part in the notebook to answer their questions. And I thought, no, there is no way that I'm doing that, because if I don't feel confident to answer a question with an educated answer, then I'm not going to steer people in a wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? However, that did lead me to understand why a lot of times when we make those after-hour calls, we get nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? Because the people on the other end have no clue. They're working from home out of a notebook. So I decided really quick, all right, that is definitely not for me, not for me. So I kept looking, kept digging, and everything that I saw, like I would go to blogs where women who were working from home would write blogs, and they would put different links to different kinds of companies that you could go and work for, and all of them required so much money out of pocket. It required for you to have to file reports, then you would have to wait for your checks, and it was a process of something that I thought, this is more gimmicky than it is a real career. You know what I mean? Any of you guys who have ever looked to work from home probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, but I'm also not settled on leaving the home to go to work. One afternoon, I was scrolling through my Facebook, and I happened to see one of my, really an acquaintance, because we really didn't know each other. I knew who she was. I knew who her husband was. My daughter knew her daughter, and it was just kind of one of those things. We're all ministers in the same organization here in Florida, so I knew who she was, but didn't really know her. But I had noticed on my Facebook that she had been going live quite often doing something with jewelry. That's all I knew, because I had never stopped to actually watch her, to watch a show or see what it was all about. However, I did recognize the name in the title of her videos where it said Paparazzi, because probably about, oh my goodness, 2014 now. It's been a long time. I had a viewer on YouTube, over here on YouTube, one of you guys, I don't even remember who it was, had sent me a beautiful little friend mail, and in the friend mail was 2 pair of gorgeous earrings, just beautiful, beautiful earrings. I did not realize that Paparazzi was like a multi-level marketing company where you could work from home. I only knew just a small bit about it, and so I recognized the name. The lady had included a business card, but I had never looked it up, so I had no clue what it was. I had no clue. Well, in the process of a couple of years there, one of the ladies that attended our church had moved off to another state, and Mom had told me, so-and-so is selling jewelry now, and it's called Paparazzi. And I said, oh, really? That's really cool. Still didn't know anything about it, hadn't looked it up or any of that stuff. I just knew I recognized that name. Well, whenever I was scrolling through Facebook that particular evening, I noticed that she's now my sponsor. I noticed that my sponsor was live again, and I thought, you know what? Let me just stop on this video for just a second and let me see what it's all about. I really felt like it was just a nudging of the Lord to stop and see what it was, because I had been praying so hard for a way that I could work from home in a legitimate business where I was going to make legitimate income, and that it would be something that was not gimmicky and something that was not just going to be a ripoff for me or my family. So I stopped the video and I watched her for a few minutes, and I noticed she was holding up all this beautiful jewelry. I noticed that everything was just $5, and people were buying it. Like, people were commenting, wanting this piece, wanting this piece, wanting this piece. And I thought, whoa, that is something I most definitely could do. So I didn't even reach out to her to tell her what I was going to do. I just went online. Well, before I went online to order the kit, this was actually on a Saturday. We had driven down to church on Sunday, and while I was sitting there talking to my mom, no, it was a Friday, because we went down Saturday night, the night before church, to spend the night. And so as I was sitting there talking to my mom, she knew our financial situation, and she knew how bad of a need we were in. And she says, Deena, she said, I was going to mention something to you. She said, have you ever noticed so-and-so doing her jewelry online? Have you ever thought about maybe doing that? And I said, Mom, it is so weird that you would say that, because I just thought about that yesterday, and I stopped on her video and watched it for a little bit, and I think I want to do it. I think I want to do it. But our quandary was, I did not have the money for a kit. I just did not have the money for a kit because things were so super tight. That's how come I understand. Those of you who are in a bad situation, when you message me and tell me, I've really been thinking about it, but I sincerely don't have the money for a kit. I know that there are some people who could find the money if they really wanted to, you know, because you eat out 3, 4, 5 times a day. Hey, save that money up, get yourself a business. I also know that some of these people that tell me that buy jewelry from me every week. So it's like, just save your $5 at a time. to get the money for that kit, and then you'll have the kit. But I also know that there are some of you in a desperate situation, just like what we were, that I honestly did not have that money to do. Our credit cards were maxed out and everything, all except for one. And I knew that I could squeeze out $100. So I told Mom, I says, I would love to do it. I says, but I really don't want to start with just a small kit. I'd like to have the medium kit, and I can only afford $100. And she says, if you want to do it, I'll help you. I will give you the rest of it. No, let me take that back. That was reversed. We had $200. That's what it was. We had $200, and she gave me the other 100 to get that medium kit. So I says, okay, Mom, if you'll go in with it with me, if you believe in me enough to help me get started, then I want to give this thing a try. I came home that July 3rd, whatever day of the week that was on. I can't remember if it was that Sunday night or if we did it on Monday. I sat down and ordered my kit. Still had not even told my sponsor what I was doing. I just was serious about getting started, and I knew you had to have a sponsor to get in on this thing. So ordered the kit, got the kit in, saw the beautiful jewelry. I did the unboxing actually over here on YouTube with all of you guys. You'll probably remember that a couple years ago. We did the live unboxing right there on YouTube. You guys got all excited about it, and we started our Facebook Lives that very week, and we have been going strong with it ever since. So that's why I originally got started in with Paparazzi. And I've got to tell you guys, it is one of the best decisions that I have ever made. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. I can't stress that enough. If you guys have been following our journey, whether over here on YouTube or over here on Facebook, we are simulcasting tonight for those of you who joined in a little bit late. So we've got YouTube and Facebook going. We'll get to all your questions and comments there at the end. But if you've been following our journey, then you see what all has happened since we started Paparazzi. We have been able to work ourselves into a position, like I said, we hit that platinum life of the party last year. And I keep saying we because my daughter is doing it with me. She helps me out. And we made it to Premier Director. We have grown a team up under us right now of 9 girls that we can count for sure. And then some of them actually have people under them. So our team is just a little bit larger than that. And you can see, well, you can't see right now, but you have seen the pictures of the beautiful stock of jewelry that we have here in our little in-home store and all the fun that we have had. You guys have seen us take 3 trips to EMP seminar conferences, one in Miami, one in Atlanta, one up in Maryland. You guys saw that last year we got to travel to Vegas, and all of those trips, all of the expenses, all the clothes that we had to buy, everything was paid for through our business with Paparazzi. Can you guys believe that? Absolutely incredible what Paparazzi has afforded us to do. We still don't quite have the house finished because we're still trying to build that savings up. We've got some towards maybe half of our floor right now, and so that's exciting. That's really exciting because we still don't have the flooring back down, you know what I mean? And I know the questions have come, you know, why did you go all the way to Vegas? And why did you waste all that money going out there whenever you had the needs in your home? Isn't that why you started the business? And I know that the critics have been out there. Those of you that have seen our little goals, those of you that have seen what we've been saving the money towards, some of you have been awfully confused by that. And you've had the negative words to say. We tried to explain that the best we could last year, that when we hit that level, you guys can see this tiara right back here. That's right, Swarovski crystals, that beautiful tiara. The only way that I could get it was to go to Vegas to be awarded that on the stage there at the MGM Grand, because Paparazzi does not mail those. So all of the other, we got jackets, free jewelry, we got the backpacks, just everything, you name it. And they awarded us with it because we had worked so hard during that year. So we opted to go to Vegas and receive all those awards instead of getting the floor. I was like, okay, I'm willing to put that floor off at least another year, right? Because I want that crown, girls. I want that crown. I worked hard for it. So But those are the kinds of things that we have already been able to do this year. We have been able to, when we needed to go to the grocery store, we've had the extra money in that account that has come from the profits off of selling our $5 jewelry. We also have been able to get little things that we wanted. There were times that Kristen and I have been out shopping, and maybe a purse that she saw that she wanted, or some new makeup that had come out that we wanted to try, and little things like that that we did not have the money for before. We were able to say, you know what, we got a little bit of money in our pocket. Why don't we splurge just a little bit and reward ourselves for all of our hard work? So it has definitely been a thing where we have seen an income coming into the house. There are actually two ways that you can earn money with Paparazzi. It is a multi-level marketing network. So let me explain how that is for some of you that may think that it's just a pyramid thing and it's just a gimmick, because we've all heard, I know, of all those companies in the past, right? All those companies in the past that have been more of a pyramid thing where they have to sign up so many and the products aren't really that great. And even if they are kind of good, it's like it's not even really about the products. It's just about getting people in the company. So all of us have been hesitant to try anything that has the attachment of multi-level marketing. But here's the difference. A pyramid scheme, or like a Ponzi type scheme, is a business that doesn't really have a great product to sell, that bases all of its income on simply building teams. You know what I'm saying? It's like their income doesn't really come because they're selling a product and making a profit. Their income is coming off of commissions of other people who buy into the company. All right, does that make sense? A true multi-level marketing or direct sales is what we are. A direct sales company that is multi-level has a real product to sell that gives you a profit in your pocket that you make money on whether you decide to grow a team or not. Your income is not dependent upon getting other people to buy into our company. All right, so hopefully that answers all those questions for you, because I know that question's coming, because it comes a lot. That question comes a lot. It is definitely not a pyramid scheme. So the first way that you can make money with Paparazzi jewelry is simply just selling the jewelry. Just sell the jewelry. Our jewelry costs us $2.75 when we go online to purchase it. We sell the jewelry for $5. We are never, ever allowed to sell it for any less than that. We can't cut you a break. We can't give you a % off. We can't let you buy one, get one free. If people are doing it, they're not supposed to. We sell it for $5. That means you keep $2.25 from every single piece that you sell. Now, you got to look at it realistically. There are some expenses that you're going to have, all right? If you are shipping from your home, obviously you've got to buy envelopes. You need a printer. You're going to have labels, ink, that kind of stuff. That's an expense that you have. And PayPal fees, those kind of things. So in all actuality, for us, we make about $1.90 per piece of jewelry that we sell. So the math is super easy to do. If you want to make $50 a week, you need to sell what? About 25 pieces of jewelry, and you just go from there. However much you want to make in a week's time is how many pieces of jewelry you need to sell. You can sell your jewelry in so many ways. Most of you are buying your jewelry from us through Facebook Lives. We have also done some YouTube Lives. We do have a YouTube channel just for the jewelry. It is called DeeVine Sparkle Boutique. So those of you who are watching right now on DeeVine DeeZine, if you're interested in the jewelry journey, once in a while we'll bring it here to the big channel, but most of the time it's over there on the jewelry channel. So you'll need to find that and follow over there. You can sell it by having in-home parties. And I know right now that's out of the question because a lot of us are still in lockdown quarantine. And so we're not gathering in homes or in larger spaces right now. However, if you're in Florida like we are, or other places, you can still absolutely set you up a tent. And you can still put your table outside, and you can still have people come by to either shop your in-home store Or you can have, if you have a location that will let you use their property, even for a small rental fee, you can absolutely do it that way. You can do vendor shows once the country gets back up and going again, and we have some of those vendor events. You're going to be able to set up there at different vendor events, your county fairs, different things that are happening in your community where you can set the jewelry up. You can take the jewelry into your doctor's office. You can take it into your dentist office. You can take it with you to church, to work, and you can let people shop right out of your little bling bag, is what we love to call it. You can send a certain amount of jewelry with a friend to their job, and they can sell the jewelry for you if it is what is called a basket hostess party. There's a little bit of trickiness with that because a consultant has to oversee that, but with a basket hostess party, that's absolutely admissible to be able to do. So lots of different ways that you can actually sell your jewelry. You can set up a little boutique in your home. You can set up a brick and mortar store. You can open a store in your town somewhere and have a little boutique where people can come and shop the jewelry. So the possibilities of selling this gorgeous $5 jewelry is limitless, you guys, on how you can sell. I mean, look how beautiful this stuff is. Are you even kidding me right now? We've got rings, we've got bracelets, necklaces, earrings. We've got it. We even have little $1 Starlit Shimmer pieces for the little kiddos and us big kiddos, because I love the Starlit Shimmer earrings for sure. You know what I mean? So lots of different ways that you can sell the jewelry, and you get to keep the profit off of every single piece you sell. Now, obviously, there's some reinvesting. Obviously, there's some building of inventory, which we can talk about should you decide to join my team, and should you decide that you want more information on how you go about doing that. We can talk about the best way to do that. But right now, we just want to let you know the great opportunity that's out there, because I know there's a lot of you who are in a situation, maybe you did not even lose your job during this pandemic. Maybe you just want a little bit of extra spending money. Maybe you want a way to earn vacation money, you know, because we all love a fun vacation every year. Maybe there's something you want, a new living room set, and you want a way to work to save the money up. Maybe some of you, if you're here in the South especially, maybe you want to put a pool in your backyard and you want a way to be able to work to save up the money to be able to get something extraordinary for your family like that. You might not even be looking at paparazzi as a full-time career, as a full-time job. Maybe it is just something that you just want to do to be able to get a little bit of extra money in your pocket. Maybe your money is so tight that all your bills are met and that your food is taken care of, but you never have any spending money to go out to dinner or to a movie. And I know right now those aren't possible in a lot of places, but we'll get there, girls. We're getting back there. You're going to be able to have that with selling your jewelry. All right, that's it. That's it. You can't be afraid to ask people to look at the jewelry. The jewelry is so pretty, it sells itself. You guys, those of you that have ordered it from me and gotten it in that envelope in your home, and you open it up and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so much prettier than it looked like online, right? So the jewelry really does sell itself. It sells itself. And I don't know of very many women who don't love jewelry. Now, here is the second way that you can earn an income, is by building your team. All right. You do not have to build a team with paparazzi. It is not a requirement. They do not look down on you. Everybody is treated equally and treated fairly, whether you have a large team, whether you have a small team, or whether you have no team. All right, because they know there's a lot of people that are not even interested in building a team. And I have to be quite honest with you. When I first started, I didn't even have any intention of building my team, because I was just focused on finding a way to earn cold hard cash to help us with our home. It was when I got my first team member that I thought, oh, this really would be cool to work with a group of girls on a team. So yeah, let's do this. So then we started building the team, of which we now have 10 who are personally sponsored girls, 9 who are actively pursuing their business, and then some of those girls have already started building their teams as well. So it is growing, and I love every single minute of it. I have loved getting to meet my girls. We went to EMP up in Maryland because we had some of the ladies from our team that were going to be there, and I wanted to be able to give them a big old hug and tell them that I appreciate all their hard work. And at convention, we got to meet so many people. We got to meet some in our upline, Miss Tiffany, who is in that opportunity group. So if you're watching over there in the opportunity group, we have met her. She is absolutely amazing. I just love her, love her. We have met Melissa and Betsy. We got to meet Miss Rita. So many of you guys that we got to meet at convention. And it's just a big, happy family from all over the U.S. You guys would be surprised. If you were watching last month, we did the 50 state challenge to try to sell jewelry in every state across the U.S. We had people buying jewelry from us in 17 of those states in 1 month alone, you guys. So we're making friends, and I mean real friendships. Like, I will message these people and say, you know, like, we've had some that have lost their moms. We had one that lost a son. We have had people that lost their grandparents. One lost her father. And just a lot of hard life stuff that people are going through. And we've gotten to know them through this thing called jewelry. You know what I mean? Just through this thing called jewelry. And we have gotten to build friendships and relationships. We're always teasing, but it's not really a joke. I really do want to do it. One of these days when the country opens back up and we can do it and schedule it, we want to plan a little sparkler meetup to where we get to meet all of these fabulous ladies who have been supporting us and buying that jewelry. But building the team is another way that you can make friends and earn an income. You will earn 10% once you hit director. Now, before you hit director, and there's a whole lot to that, so we won't go into every little detail, but until you hit director, you will earn 5% on each person that you sponsor. You will earn 5% of their point value whenever they order jewelry. Once you become director, you will make 10% off of them. And then the percentage goes down a little bit with each level. Okay, so they will build a team. You will still get a percentage on that second level. Then that level builds a team. You'll still get a smaller percentage on that level, and so on. The percentage decreases as the levels go, but you will still make money on all of those in that multi-level network. You see what I mean? So 2 fun ways that you can earn money. We do get a commission check every single month as long as our commission is $20 or more. So you're going to have that check to look forward to on the 20th if you have enough commission that's coming in. And then you're also going to make money off of the personal sales of your jewelry. I am going to go back in here and add a link here and over on YouTube, you guys. I'll be adding a link to both places for our income disclosure, where you're going to be able to click and see what the average earning is of a paparazzi consultant, just in case you have more. And I know I'm looking over here at Facebook and ignoring all of you on YouTube. It's hard with 2 cameras. But anyway, those are the 2 ways that you can make money by selling jewelry. And I'm telling you, I know that people have been a little skeptical because a lot of you guys have already received your stimulus check. And we've been telling you, if you've been watching on Facebook, we have been posting quite often. Take part of your stimulus and start you a business, girls. Invest in something. Or guys, we have a lot of men who sell paparazzi too. We have a whole men's line of jewelry here at Paparazzi. So guys, if you're out there and you have been laid off and you don't mind being in front of a camera and you don't mind selling $5 jewelry, listen, some of the best jewelers that I know are men. So don't be embarrassed or ashamed to sell that jewelry. Some of our highest ranking people in paparazzi are men. So men and women can sell this beautiful jewelry, absolutely can, and provide a little extra income for that family of yours. But one of the cautions that have come in, or concerns, I guess I should say, has been from people like, okay, well, we're in the middle of a pandemic. People have lost their jobs. Is it really a good time to even try to start this thing? Because people aren't going to be spending money. Girls, people are still buying their jewelry because people know not everybody has gotten laid off. A lot of people are still working. Some people are still able to work from home. People that are retired still have their retirement that's coming in. So nothing really has changed for them. And everybody knows this is temporary. This is temporary. Everything's going to be back open soon. And they're going to be going back off to work in restaurants and going out to eat and going to movies. And they're going to want their beautiful jewelry to do it. One thing that I found interesting was a couple of weeks ago, Trent Kirby, who is one of the founders of Paparazzi, he was talking on a Facebook Live, and he brought up that even during the Great Depression, when everything was so hard economically for families across the U.S., everything was being rationed, and you know about the Great Depression. But even during the Great Depression, one of the top selling items was women's accessories. Did you know that? I was like blown away whenever he gave that little tidbit of information, that little fact there, and the percentage on that. I was like shocked. But it is really true, because you guys know as well as I do, come on, especially us ladies, but there are men too who still love that retail therapy when they're going through a tough time. So people who have been, you know, locked in the house, they have a little bit of anxiety going on, they have some depression going on, just the uncertainty of, am I going to lose my job? Am I going to keep my job? Am I going to be able to pay my rent? Can I pay my rent? And they are getting absorbed in our lives, and they are still buying jewelry. And even the ones who can't afford, because I have some of my customers who have lost their jobs. I have some that are still waiting on unemployment. I have some that haven't been able to get unemployment or do their jobs because they were selling from home, but a different type of product that just really isn't selling right now. And so they have not been able to buy, but they still jump on our lives with us, and they have a good time. We play the games, we engage in conversation, and we give them an outlet for all of that anxiety that they're feeling. And we're building relationships. We genuinely love them, and hopefully they genuinely love us. And it is, we can hang out during the week, and we're getting through this crisis together. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. Whenever Tiffany asked, would I be interested in doing an opportunity event? I'm like, yes, you know, let me talk about it, because there is so much positive over and above the income. All right. I know a lot of times that's what we focus on, to encourage you guys to join a team and to get started, because we care about you enough to tell you, listen, here's a great opportunity. There's no reason for you to go hungry. There's no reason for you to worry about how you're going to feed your kids. There's no reason for you to worry about how you're going to pay your rent, when there is an opportunity that is right in front of you to sell beautiful $5 jewelry that people absolutely love. They love it. So if you're not afraid of hard work, now it's not just going to fall in your lap. You know, we have had some consultants in Paparazzi who it's like they go live just every great once in a while, but they don't even mention the jewelry to their family. They're not telling their friends. They're not sending emails or calling people up, say, hey, come to my house and take a look at this beautiful jewelry that I'm selling. Maybe you want some. You got to put work in. You got to put work in. But if you are not afraid of some hard work, then this can absolutely work for you. And you'll be amazed. You will be amazed. Even if you feel like you only want to do it temporarily because of the pandemic, and because you are at home, and because maybe your hours were cut or your spouse's hours were cut, and so now it's like you're living on a fraction of your income. Maybe in your mind it's just like, okay, I just want to do it for a few months. Hey, go into it for those few months. If it works out for you and you see the difference, you might not ever go back to work. You might just retire yourself and live off of what you are making selling your paparazzi jewelry, because it is a great opportunity. You can get started for as little as $99, you guys. That's right, as little as $99. That $99 kit is going to give you 35 pieces of jewelry. You multiply 35 times your $225 profit. I don't have a calculator. Don't know what that is right off the top of my head, but 35 times 2 is going to be 70, then plus that other quarter for 35 pieces. So you guys figure it out. do some work and figure it out. That's already, you're going to make $2.25 profit off of those 35 pieces. So you're going to make your money back 100%, plus that $2.25 profit off of every piece that you're selling. You see where I'm going with that? It's a great opportunity, a great opportunity. So that's what I wanted to say about it, and to just tell you guys I love it. If I didn't love it, I would not still be doing it. Like I said, July the 3rd will be our 2-year Papaversary that baby girl and I have been working together doing the jewelry, and I do not have any plans to stop anytime soon. So I love it. I absolutely love what I'm doing, and I believe that it can be a great source of income for you guys too, especially during this hard time. So now we're going to go ahead and open it up for any questions. Let me see if I can get, if you're watching in the opportunity page, then what I'm going to need you to do is actually click the link to the Facebook Live so you can get your questions in on the actual live video. If you're asking them over in the group, I cannot see you. I need you to click the actual video and put your questions there. If you're watching on YouTube, then you guys can go ahead and start submitting your questions over here. I'm going to do my best to answer as many as I can because I'm sure you have lots of questions. Babe, could you bring my glasses? I forgot to grab those and I cannot see. But let's see. We'll look over here on Facebook first because the words are bigger and I think I can see there. I don't think she heard me. Babe? Kristen? Okay, can you get them then? My glasses, please. All right. Let's see what we have over here. These words are bigger, so we'll start with Facebook. Any questions? Any questions? Sharita, if you go over to YouTube and just type in DeeVine Sparkle Boutique. Now you're going to find lots of videos. They're either on that brown tray or on the table. They may be on the bathroom counter. I really don't know. I took them off somewhere and I laid them down. Anyway, go onto YouTube, type in DeeVine Sparkle Boutique. Just make sure you click the channel and not individual videos because we were doing subscription bags for a little while. And thank you. And people were opening those subscription bags on their YouTube channel. So you'll find a lot of videos that have our name in their title. It's not the actual channel. So make sure you find the channel and that's how you'll get to that jewelry channel. So hello, Lydia. There is Miss Tiffany. Oh, Miss Tiffany, you are the amazing one. You are the amazing one. All right. Thank you, Miss Tiffany. She's going to be looking for those questions in the group. Now, let's see over here on YouTube if we have any questions coming in. Let's see. Anything other than jewelry? No, it is accessory. We do have hair accessories. This one that I have in my hair tonight is actually one of our, we do have literal hair accessories that we sell, but no, it's just jewelry and the hair accessories is all we have. But there are a lot of guys, Troy, that do paparazzi. There are a lot of guys who do paparazzi. You can go on Facebook and you can type in, let's see, Taylor Kirby is one. You can type in his name and you can see him doing his lives and selling. We also have Hunter Matthews is another gentleman that I know his name right off the top of my head. There's so many more that I'm just not familiar with their names right off the top of my head, but they're out there. Trust me, we have a lot of them. So Troy, if you are looking for a way to make some money, I would love to have you on my team. Just hit me up. You can private message me or you can shoot me an email. It's in the About Me on YouTube, or just leave a comment and I'll get that back to you. It's DeeVine DeeZine at yahoo.com, spelled just like the channel right there on YouTube. DeeVine DeeZine at yahoo.com if you want to email questions. But it's a great opportunity for male or female. Yes, it really is. All right, let's see. Did we have any other questions? Thank you for sharing, by the way, Troy. I'm just now seeing that comment. I was just ignoring all the comments until I got done with my spiel. Yes, Tiffany, they really do. They really do. We have that whole line of men's jewelry too, because men love jewelry. We've got necklaces, rings, bracelets for the guys. You know what I mean? Some of them like those little stud earrings because they have pierced ears too. So, you know, it's a great opportunity for either or. Our Facebook page is also called DeeVine Sparkle Boutique. So DeeVine, DeeVine Sparkle Boutique, and that's where you can find us over on Facebook. We would love to have you. Again, though, if you are in the opportunity group, make sure that you go back to the person who invited you into that group. If you have already been talking to them about joining their team, then make sure that you go back and that you sign up with them. I know some of you may be torn, because I know there's some people in that group that I talked to months ago about joining my team, and since then other people have talked to you and you're kind of like torn. Okay, which way do I go? Which way do I go? All I can tell you is just pray about it. If you've had 2 or 3 people talking to you, I always tend to tell people go back to the first person who asked you. But if you've kind of been watching their business and maybe they aren't real consistent, or you just don't feel they're going to be a good fit for you as a sponsor, then you may be steered in a different direction. But just approach that with a lot of caution, you guys, because they've been working and they've been talking to you and they're trying to be a good sponsor to you. Go back to them, seek them out. All right, seek them out and go back to who it was who asked you, and who has spent maybe the most time helping you out or answering your questions and that kind of stuff. Because we are not here to steal people from anybody else's team. We're not into what is the word called, poaching? No, that is frowned upon in paparazzi. And so I am not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. You stick with the people who invited you into that group and get back with them. But don't wait. Don't wait. That's what I keep telling my girls. We just had a new consultant sign up this week on the team. I've got 2 more who are kind of thinking about it, tossing around the idea. And I'm telling you, if you got your stimulus check and you have that little bit of extra money floating around, it's going to be gone before you know it. You are going to use it at the grocery store. You're going to pay rent. You're going to pay an electric bill or whatever. Before you know it, your $1,200 is going to be gone. And then you're going to be like, I should have joined when I could have. So don't wait. Take the leap. Take the leap. Even if you don't feel like you're necessarily ready to like go live immediately, at least get signed up. Get your kit, get it on the way to you. You can work up your nerves later. You can work up those nerves later and you can iron all that out. There is nothing saying that the day your kit comes in, you have to go live. All right. But it'll go ahead and get your foot in the door. You'll already be a sponsor. You'll have that business started, and then it'll be a little motivation to help you get more serious about getting the nerve to go live. So don't wait. Don't wait. Just do it. All right. Let me check YouTube one more time, but I don't think. Oh, your sister is in it. That's awesome, Troy. Then you can join your sister's team as long as y'all don't live in the same residence. It's 1 paparazzi consultant per dwelling, okay? So, or per household, but per dwelling. So if you're living in the same location that your sister is, then you wouldn't be able to join until one or the other of you move out. But if you're not living in the same home, then sign up under her. Use her as your sponsor. And get going. Get going. No reason why both of you can't do it. No reason why not. We have Angela Drake. She is an amazing woman here on Facebook Live. She does it. Her sister does it. Her mama does it. And if I'm not mistaken, she has a brother who does it. There's another family member in there who does it too. So no reason why multiple people in the family can't do it as long as you're not living in the same place. So all right, well, I'm not seeing any other questions, so I don't want to keep you any longer. I've already been talking your ear off for almost an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here, but I am available. Tiffany is available. The person who originally contacted you is available. Message any of us if you need any questions answered, and go ahead and take that leap. I'm telling you, with a little bit of hard work, you can make it work for you, and I don't think you'll be sorry. I just don't think you'll be sorry. I love it. I just absolutely love everything about it. All right. Well, thank you all so very much. Good night, Roxana. Thank you so much for paying attention. Oh, well, good luck on your live tonight. I hope you sell a ton of jewelry, and I hope you do an amazing job. Thank you very much for hanging out with me on Facebook and on YouTube. We appreciate all of you so very much, and we're here for you if you need us to help you get going. All right. Bye, you guys. We'll see you all very, very soon. All right. Those of you on YouTube are still here because I cannot figure out how to end the videos on YouTube anymore. Well, what do we do? What do we do? Because I don't even remember. Okay, I'm going to try to click this X. We'll see what happens, you guys.